YouTube, what's good, man? Rise and shine, rise and grind, man. It's another day, man. We going for this money today. It's crazy, man. I didn't feel like getting up this morning, too. But, you know, we got to go get this money, man. In early, out early these next few days of work, but I just need to stay on top of my priorities and taking care of what I need to take care of. And, you know, I was just thinking, like, you know, sometimes when you wake up in the morning, you're like, damn, like, it's another day, I got to continue to push forward. But, like, not only do we have to continue to push forward, like, we got to go hard. Like, we got to go hard towards what we're trying to push forward towards. And, literally just basically run through a brick wall based off of, like, the energy that we need to have in order to get to where we need to be. So we have to get radical, you know, not at the detriment of our character or at the detriment of who we are, but we got to get radical because we know in order for us to see results, we're going to have to get, you know, we're going to have to get crazy with it, man. So, you know, that's why we have to stay consistent. That's why we have to continue to upload regardless of seeing the results that we may want to see right now. This is why we have to just even stay consistent with things as far as, like, I know for me, some of the consistent things that I need to stay on top of will be my time and attendance, my finances, like all of that. I need to continue to get radical with staying on top of my personal endeavors, like, you know, making sure I'm current on all my bills, making sure that, you know, all of my, you know, kind of personal stuff is taken care of, like my car maintenance, all of that. So just really just having extreme focus and staying on top of things. It's crazy because, like, I was telling y'all, like, I was still going through basically, you know, still smoking here and there, but, like, my mindset was in a completely different place. So, like, this time around, you know, I definitely don't have the same addictive behavior that I did when I first started smoking. But, like, you know, I guess the position that I've kind of been in has been taking tea breaks, and that's been all right. Like, I've been taking tea breaks. The thing about, too, like, when I start smoking again is, like, the way time goes so fast. It's crazy. Like, but another crazy flip with the herb now was that because there's so many dispensaries, right? What I was paying when I was copping black market, you know, now there's just more of a surplus of weed now, which is crazy. So it's like, it's even more accessible for you to get herb now. So it's like, oh my goodness. It's even more accessible for you to get herb now. So it's like, back in the day, you used to, like, spend a certain amount, you would go through that herb so quickly, probably because on black market you were being probably skimped. But now it's like, when you're grabbing from, like, a dispensary or something like that, you spend $10, you got more probably than, like, I don't, like, my tolerance is down, so, like, I'm not smoking like I used to when I was smoking, you know, the last 10 years. Because, like, I took a year, I went sober for pretty much 9 months of that year. I have relapsed at the end of that year. So I try to go on these streaks, you know, try to have a nice SR streak, try to have a nice, just completely sober streak. I know with, like, fitness and everything too, I was trying to just have a week where I just went clean, no coffee, no supplements, nothing, you know, because I didn't want to be relying or dependent on the supplements too. And that's been a whole nother wave that I feel I'm not saying that they're not good for you, but I just feel like that's become expensive too, the whole supplements thing. So, like, if you're trying to be on mad supplements, you still have to budget for that too, which is crazy because it's a shame that it costs money to be healthy. But, like, for example, like, right now the supplements I'm trying to obtain are maca root, magnesium. I mean, I am obtaining them, but like they're getting more expensive, so it's crazy. But I remember like over the summer, people was heavy on this sea moss wave. A lot of people still on the sea moss wave, but the sea moss became expensive for me, so that was hard for me to keep up with. But you'll have the main ones I would probably take right now would be sea moss. I am on creatine, regular whey. These are like, this is including my protein supplements, obviously. So I said maca, magnesium, ashwagandha. I'm taking vitamin D, and I have a multivitamin as well. So I have a decent amount of vitamins and supplements that I'm taking right now that have made a difference in my energy and how I've been feeling throughout the day. So I do need to replenish those. And then the only other thing that connects really to like my battle with going back and forth with the herb is like creativity. But I noticed what happened, like I probably been smoking, I don't think I went that many months last year without smoking. Like I did fall back into the habit. So like, but I did take more tea breaks. Like I would take a week off, then probably smoke once every other day, and like I was taking more tea breaks. But 2 years ago, when I went that 9-month monk mode, I was completely sober for 9 months. So that there was like, when I tell you I was on a certain life high, it was crazy. Like, and I want to get back to that life high, but you know, because I was smoking for so long, I do deal with withdrawal symptoms and like just certain energy sometimes where my body's still healing from the herb. So, you know, I do get urges to want to smoke again. And like, you know, I mean, there's a lot of quitting weed channels out there, but they'll go over the same type of things. Like, you know, you'll start to miss that feeling of getting high. But one thing about me being sober for a while was that I did get to realize that like there's nothing like being sober. There's nothing like being on that sober high, being on a long, you know, SR street, just being completely sober and just being completely present. Like there's nothing like that, man. Like that's like a high within itself. So, you know, I said to myself, you know, I'm finishing up whatever little bit of herb I have left. What I have to do is like just tell my mind, body, and soul like, all right, I'm good off that. Like plus two, once I start to build a tolerance again, it's just not the same feeling anymore, you know, like, because now I find myself trying to get higher and higher to, you know, scratch that dopamine itch. So it's time for me to take another tea break, you know, normalize my body back, and really just try to stay on this pure focus for the rest of the year. You know, it's a journey. You know, it's a marathon as well. Things aren't gonna happen overnight, but you know, this is just me kind of just documenting what I go through, you know, what I've been going through, and just, you know, some of the just personal struggles that, you know, I'm dealing with as I try to still achieve my goals, really, you know. So, but just another video up for today, man. Let's keep doing what we got to do. I'm loving this momentum that I'm on. That's another reason why I feel like right now is a good time to segue off of the weed, because, you know, this time I was able to go back into it from last year with more control, more self-discipline, and tell myself, all right, no, I need to stop. Plus two, the money, I'm not spending, like, I haven't spent an amount where like it's hurting me, but I could be saving a lot more. I could be investing a lot more. So, I mean, that's a no-brainer, you know what I mean? Like, so we just got to keep doing what we got to do, man. I'm going to be on this later. If you haven't, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. All right? Peace. Love y'all.